There you go. Holy smokes. Well, good morning. My name is Tom. I come to you from the Rustic log cabin in Northern Maine. Welcome to the great state of Maine. Trying to put a little upbeat here. I've been sick for a week. But anyways, we'll talk about that. I got a comment this week from Scott. Hello, Scott. Got a comment this week. We go back and forth there, and my new best friend, or something like that, goes my new best old friend, or something like that. Good morning, Scott. But anyways, he had a comment that kind of struck a chord with me. So, and sometimes that's what it takes to come up with an idea for one of these videos. So I'm going to take the next 5 to 8 minutes and talk about the old Maine. One of his comments he ended with, or however it went, was old Maine. I miss the old Maine compared to now. We were talking about land and stuff that's been for sale and how much has gone up, and that just got me thinking. Got me thinking back to, and there's a lot of you guys out there that follow my channel that are a lot older than I. So when I talk about the old Maine, I'm talking about the late 60s into the 70s, 80s. And we were free back then. Maine really, it was a different feeling. It was a really different feeling. What I kind of wanted to talk about was what I mean by that. I mean, this can go on and on, but I'm going to keep it to a couple of points. Northern Maine didn't have the roads in it that there are now, especially to the west side of Northern Maine. And I've been going into the west side of Northern Maine since the late 60s, early 70s. I was just a young boy then. Probably 7, 8 years old at the most, and we spent a lot of time up there. But what was great about it is it really felt like an expedition. We stayed on it was a campsite on the side of a lake, and the name of the lake was Wadley Pond. Baker Lake, if you want to look it up, is probably a little easier to find. Baker Lake is the headwater where you put in canoes and stuff to canoe the St. John River. So if you study any of the St. John River, you will see the drop-off point down the road from that is Wadley Pond. But how did we get there? That's what makes it the expedition that it was back then. There was no roads that got to, and that's Maine, within the borders of Maine, but there were no roads to get to this area through Maine. The only way to get into that corner of Maine was to enter into Canada, drive up the Canadian border. I was young. I don't know if it was 50 miles or 100 miles, but it was a good long haul. We had to go up a day ahead of time because you have to come back in through a border crossing, and we'd have to spend the night at this border crossing, and it was just a small building. It wasn't anything like nowadays crossings. We're talking, it was more like a hunt shed. It was a white building. It was on the Canadian side, and coming out of Canada, going back into Canada, you had to pass through here. I want to say DeCrom or something like that was the crossing. I do have some maps. But back then, in order to use that area, you had to go to the paper company, which for us was up in Rumford, Maine, and you had to sign in with them right there, which is 300, 400 miles from where we went in. So you go there ahead of time, you make your plans with them, they give you a permit so that you can enter into their property up there. And then you drove, like I said, we would drive to Jackman, Maine, across the border. You go in there was a few towns, and then you work your way up this border until you come to where the crossing was. And then from there you'd get into Maine that way. And it about 34 to 40 miles in from there onto where Wadley Pond was. And there was a whole bunch of ponds. I mean, it was Crescent Lake. It was, I think another one was Round, and they were all filled with brook trout. Wadley Pond, like back then, it might be different now, but back then Wadley Pond was just it had bluebacks in it, blueback trout, which is pretty rare here in the state of Maine. So, anyways, that's what I was saying. You had to you had to go into Canada to get into Maine. Now, old Maine versus now, it's been many years. You can drive to this Wadley Pond right through the state of Maine. They put in enough dirt roads that you can drive right. It's been a long time now, probably 30 years, where you can drive right through now. But my grandfather was the one that worked at the paper mill back then, and he's the one that got us all started into that area. I guess whenever they acquired it, I have no idea. That was way before my time. My grandfather and stuff was going into that area. But we went in bird season. We went in the other one's close by is Allagash Lake. So you got Allagash Lake, Allagash Stream, which everybody's probably heard of Allagash Lake and Allagash Stream. We would trout fish that Allagash Stream back then, and it was literally polluted with brook trout. There was so many brook trout in it. And now there's even more brook trout in that Allagash Stream now. The last time I was in there was just unbelievable brook trout fishing. It's just a brook that's 10 feet across. Some areas a little wider, but most of it is less than 10 feet. And what happened to it was somewhere along the lines, they changed it from regular fishing to fly fishing only. And when they changed it to fly fishing only, the population of brook trout went way up. I think I forgot in the beginning to have yourself a cup of coffee. But the last time I was in there, we fished that stream, and we were getting brookies that were 14 inches long. Younger, when it was worm fishing, once in a while you could get some that was 14, 15, 16, which is really nice for a brook. But the last time I was in there, almost since they changed it to fly fishing only, almost all the fish we caught were 10 to 14 inches long, if not bigger than that. So it was a shame to see it go to fly fishing only, because I was just 7, 8, 9, 10 years old when I started fishing that brook, because it was just down the road from our campsite. So, and as I got older, it was a 2-mile walk. When I got older, it was 10 and 12, and older, then we were allowed to walk down. So that was the thing I was doing. I got my worms and I got my rod, and once a day I was making the trip down to that brook and fishing to my heart's content, and then get all done and then walk back to the campsite where the family was waiting on brook trout. But that was the old Maine. That was the old Maine back then, and there were just lots of places that we did that in. It wasn't just that one. I mean, I don't know if kids are doing that nowadays or not, but there was lots of brooks that we would either bicycle to or walk to. So, but great time back then. I was talking to my father, and I had to think about it afterwards. He was saying how he really feels that he grew up in the right time in the state of Maine, or in the country in general, because of freedom. Because he feels the same way as I do. We're not really free anymore. I mean, there are so many laws now that have been put on the books to control the people, that it's not like it was. It's everything from seat belts to headlights to windshield washer. Windshield, when you got your wipers on, to, you got to have them on, blah, blah, blah. They're just laws. I say it's the laws the Democrats keep passing, keep telling you what to do. But we didn't have that stuff back then. You could get up in the morning and you could, if I could walk down the road as a 16-year-old boy carrying a rifle, and nobody looked twice at you. Because a lot of people did it. You know, you walked away, you're going to go hunting. You walk down the side of the road back then. We didn't have four-wheelers, and we had, well, once in a while, somebody would have a snowmobile, but that doesn't help you during deer season. So when you're a kid with no driver's license, you got a bicycle and you got a rifle, so that would drive me all over the little town that I had. And you didn't get bothered back then. I would dare say that if you drove down the road now on a bicycle with a 30-06 strapped to the handlebars, somebody would be calling the police on you, and the FBI would be coming out to check on you. Well, we didn't have that back then. And I know all you older people that make up this channel will know exactly what I'm talking about. So, just a crazy, crazy time. I want to look at my timer. Just crazy, crazy time. So, like I said, I got a cold, so this is kind of fun to do, memory lane. So in the comments, if you like memory lane on the state of Maine, make sure to leave me a comment, because, you know, you can only make so many videos on cooking grandma's meatloaf, you know. I have people that want more cooking videos. Well, you know, I've grilled salmon, I've smoked salmon, I've canned salmon, I've done every kind of, my meatloafs, my meat pies, all that stuff. So I try to come up with new ideas for you guys, and if one sticks, then we'll do a few videos on it. So if you like memory lane on the state of Maine, pass it along in your comments to me, and give a big shout out to Scott, because Scott's the one that started this. And this is my brand new coffee cup. It was given to me by Jeff in Pennsylvania. That's Pennsylvania Wildlife Commission, I guess, coffee cup. It keeps my coffee hot up here in the gun room. So, you guys have a great week, and I will see you next week.